Okay, this message is for Martin and his marble machine. I watched the most recent video of what you're doing with all the timing of the machine, and I realized I just saw that you were doing a lot of walking back and forth between your computer, recording data, and then going and analyzing it. And so I started messing around with Max MSP, which is a software by Cycling 74. You can get the runtime for free, and I created this little patcher file. Up here, there's the audio input, and I've got two channels coming in. Here's this we'll call it the control. It's in my left hand, and then on the right we've got the test meter in the right. And if I want to swap those, I can push this button, and then suddenly my left-handed controller is the test meter. So you could put any two inputs on this, and then the signal comes in, there's a swapping interface, then it goes over to the meter so you can see what you're actually getting as levels, and then there's a couple different controls. I'll go put in the comment where I got this algorithm from, but it's like a little bit of math that you do on the signal to calculate a derivative and then gain that up and then stick a threshold, and then transients will be detected and it sends a signal when those transients come. And you can see the control, it gets a signal, and then the test, those buttons will go through. Since you have such percussive sounds, this will be really easy to measure accurately. And then there's some timers here that are going to calculate exactly when what the timing is. So if I just tap with my finger, I've got these dials set up to tap it. I can see a measurement of milliseconds, how far off they are. And then I can collect some data, and it opens up a gate. And when I clear this buffer, it starts a timer in seconds. And so I could kind of simulate what you would be doing on your testing. You have the whole machine running, and you want to test one of your channels. Then we clear the buffer, turn on collect data. And maybe something's off or something like that. Then, after you've collected that data, you can then open it up, and here's a list of all the timings in milliseconds, the number of notes that we had. So the first one is at the bottom, the highest number. And then on the right, this is the elapsed time in seconds going along. So you can just get a whole list of data, and it's parsed out in a weird way. It's max MSP, so there's the number, the index number, the comma, the float number of delay in milliseconds, and then what the timer was set at in seconds, and then a semicolon. So, but that would be pretty easy for one of your engineering friends to just parse out and import into Excel. So if you wanted to just collect some data, a lot easier. And then you should be able to just hit this right button. So it's not really been debugged or tested in any high level. And yeah, and then once you hit the right button, you can export it as a text file and go work with it. So if this is something you're interested in, my email is chrisroode@chrisroode.com, CHRISROODE@CHRISROODE.com. And I hope this is something that you could use to help you make the marble machine better, quicker.